God sometimes will speak in a dream. But I would like to discourage you from using dreams as your main source of hearing God's voice. I would like, if you're seeking to hear God's voice, please don't wait for a dream. You are seeking to hear God's voice, let me tell you, open this book. Open this book. There is nothing that compares to the security of the Word of God. And when you have read this, you cannot doubt, was that God talking to me? No. But when you've had a dream, maybe that came from the book I had last time. It could have come from the cassava you had the night before. And it's not from God. You want to be sure that God has spoken to you? Open the Word of God. Praise the Lord. I will discourage you from relying on dreams. Well, sometimes God speaks through a dream. Yeah, I think He will. But I don't think every dream you have, God is speaking to you. No. Some of those dreams are from interactions during the day. They are not really coming from God. So, Joseph invites them to tell him, what are those dreams? He pleads with them. Now, this was not a case of mere discussion. At the end of the day, Joseph had to interpret the dream because that was the need that these guys had. Joseph tells them, don't interpretation of dreams belong to God? You know, I read that and I'm like, Joseph, because if there is someone who is qualified to doubt dreams, if there was someone who could tell them, you know what, guys, I have an experience with dreams, and you know what, knock that off. Dreams don't work. I had dreams when I was a young man. Look where I am. If there was someone to doubt, if there was someone who would doubt God and the existence of God, Joseph was qualified. Because look at all that he has been through. But look at how he responds. Don't interpretations belong to God? Joseph has absolute confidence in God. And boy, when we go through difficult times, how easy it is for us to doubt God, throw him out and say, you know what, if God really existed, I would not go through this. If God really existed, why is all this happening? But we see that with all that Joseph has gone through, he still has confidence in God. Not only confidence, he knows that God knows all things. He knows all things. He is like a boy who told another, my father and I know everything. When the other boy asked a question, the boy just said, that one is from my father. Joseph knew that he and his father knew everything. How much confidence do we have in God? The cupbearer decides to tell his dream. Tell him about what happened. In the dream, I saw a vine. The vine had 3 branches. The vine began to bud and blossom, and soon it produced a cluster of ripe grapes. Pharaoh's cup was in his hands. He pressed the grapes into Pharaoh's cup and placed it in his hand. That was the dream that the cupbearer had. In his dream, the cupbearer saw himself being reinstated to his former position. Joseph not only has open eyes, he also has open ears. Friends, some of the challenges that people are going through, even right now, they may not even need you to give them money. They may not need you to do anything more than they just want you to listen. They just want you to listen. They just want someone to talk to so that they can pour out their hearts, so that they unload. And if they will just do that, they are fine. Do we have open ears? The last thing that we see is that we don't only have to keep our eyes open, we don't only have to keep our ears open, we need to keep our hearts open as well. Verses 12 to 15. In verses 12 and 15, Joseph is in an amazing way serves this cupbearer. The raging storm was because he didn't know what this dream meant, and Joseph just does that. He gives him the meaning of this dream. Joseph's interpretation of this dream came from God, not from his own wisdom. I'm sure while he was listening to the cupbearer narrate, he in his heart he was talking to God and saying, God, what does this mean? And at the end of that narration, he was able to explain to the cupbearer and tell him the meaning of the dream. In order for us to serve others during our difficulties, we need to keep our heart open. You know, you can have open eyes and you can have an open ear, but if your heart is closed to service, it will only end there. You will not do much. You will see, you will hear, you will not do anything more than that. But our hearts need to be open so that we can go the long way. Remember Jonah saw the need. Jonah heard God's voice. But Jonah's heart was closed and he could not take the gospel. We need to have our hearts open as well. It is possible for us to serve God even when we're going through difficult times. Even when we are facing financial constraints, failing health, disappointment, discouragement, and whatever else we will be going through, God still expects us to serve Him. God still expects us to serve others. In order to serve God during times of difficulty, we have to keep our eyes open. We have to keep our ears open. And we need to keep our hearts open. And God will reward us for being faithful. Let me close with this story. It is said that Napoleon once lost control of his horse, and a private, jumping into the path of the horse, took control of it. Napoleon then said, "Thank you, Captain." With one word, Napoleon promoted the soldier from the rank of private to captain. But it was because the soldier put his general first. And likewise, God promises to honor his servants. Heavenly Father, we thank you very much for your word, and we thank you for the story of Joseph. What an amazing young man, serving in Potiphar's house, serving in prison, faithful, irrespective of the weather. Lord, sometimes our service, we have premised our service on the weather conditions. We've said to ourselves, things get better than we will serve. But Lord, I pray that you will help us to apply these principles like we see Joseph. We pray that we will have open eyes to see where there is need, even in our families, that we will not focus only on ourselves. We pray that you help us to have open ears, and we pray that we will have open hearts, dear Father. And these things we ask in Jesus' name.